So here we are. This is the Tier 5 membership. And the Tier 1 $5 membership. I gotta say, like, this is a lot for $5. It really is. The advanced rulebooks are value within themselves. Some of the members of the community have told me that they have promised to update those even if they do go into a new edition. I'm a little skeptical about that, if I'm being honest, but you know what? They haven't let me down yet, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Having an option to do paper minis that's a neat option. But they also, as if you're familiar with one-page rules, you would know they give out entire little armies. 3 different units, 2 different factions, 2 pieces of terrain. You can print as many as you need. All the tokens that you would need. They even have a ruler you can print. Fantasy too. I don't have words for this. This always amazes me. It's worth $5 just to support them. And the patron-only Discord channels will educate you on how to use their custom program to make your own stuff. And you can get a whole community behind you. Now, of course, having said all that, the tier $10, the tier 2, this is so much. It's so cool. I really can't recommend this enough. But one of the other things that's hard to quantify as far as value goes with one page is what the rest of the people who support one page have managed to do. There are a bunch of creators who have made custom things, but this is probably my favorite personally because I love the Predator and Alien series. This is just Predators and Aliens and one page. You can play them in skirmishes. For small scale, you can play them in wars, and I've seen a couple people do them. They're not in 3rd edition yet. It's amazing. And not only did they do this, but the one-page rules made them like an official partner so that they could continue to do this and be supported. One page really is our best current hope for the future of this hobby. Back to Skull Hunters real quick. I just want to show this because this is, without a doubt, one of my favorite things. This is the army list for them. This is a Predator army list. They're called Skull Hunters for, legal reasons, but it's Predator army list. If you want to play Predators, here they are. This is also free. It's in the Communities tab, so they show that is not one that one page has made, but somebody else has made. And I don't have any idea if the person who makes Skull Hunters wants to be named or not, so I'm going to choose not to, but look at it. It's community focused. It's community driven. The person responsible for one page is innately in tune with his audience and with what he can do with the market, their business, and they need to make money, and we have to be sensitive to that because there is no success without making money. That's really the core of why I make videos like this and why I'm trying to support this company and why I'm making the shift in what I spend my effort making content about. I want to make content about something that I care about, that I know is worth your time. And for me, and the printer that I chose, because again, it was super easy to work with, it's been super easy to work with, and I got it on sale, waited until they had a Black Friday sale, and it ended up being about $100 off. But if you paid to $850, that's about $70 a month for a year. You can get most of an army, an entirely functionable army, in fact, from the My Mini Factory with your 50% off coupon for $35, yeah? And then $10 a month for the one-page rule, $45, $20 for a bottle of ABS resin, and that's a rounded up price, $65 for an entire army printed, plus whatever free stuff they give you from the actual one page, plus all of the extras. And don't forget about terrain, because you're being able to make your own, pick your own, and print as many as you need terrain, don't sleep on how much value that has. So that comes out to $135 a month. $135 a month, and you will have an entire army printed with resin left over. You'll have terrain you can print, you'll have an entire army you can put together, and you can get it done. They're pre-supported, so they're drag and drop. And except for the skeletons, which is partially my fault because it was cold when I was taking the supports off, I have never had an issue getting a support off of one-page rules. And this is all just counting the stuff that you would pay for. $135. You can have a full-sized army that you can put together. And you could have a different one every month for a year. And that's insane. That's insane. For the same price that Games Workshop is currently charging you for a combat patrol, which is considered like an army primer, you can have an entire army, a different picked army every month. Because every month you could put out a new $45 army bundle. And by the time you got to a year mark, you could have 12 different armies. And even if you had some overlap, you would have access to a library of stuff. Oh, and because I feel like this deserves a special shout out, when you get the unit from my manufacturing, this company will update them. This came out on December 22nd. I don't have Beastman, but I now have a Beastman Standard Bearer because they made it as a new model, and I was subscribed at that point, so they just gave it to me. But if you had Beastman, any of the ones you see here, the Lord, the Huntmaster, the Brute Boss, or the Elites, they went back and updated those models, and those models are now yours. Updated supports, updated options to bring them in line with the listed things that they had, that's now an option for you. Alright, so part 2 of this, we're going to break down one of the new releases. So this is the old world from Warhammer, where they're recycling a bunch of very, very old miniatures. The Bretonnian one's coming in at $255. This is the Tomb King one, and this is the one I want to focus on, because this has a ton of miniatures. Man, that sounds awesome. 40 warriors, 30 archers, 16 horsemen, 3 chariots. But those are all ancient molds and models. And they want almost $300 for that, with 2 new models, which admittedly do look nice. They are very nice. Games Workshop's new stuff is always very good. But there's 2 new models and a bunch of their old measuring sticks, the new book, some dice for almost $300. Now, with our previous estimate, we decided that for $135 a month, which would take 2 and some change months, you could have all the new stuff. Now, this kit here is a mummified undead combination army. It is $84, but if you give them the $10 a month, they'll give you the 50% coupon, so that makes it a slick $42. Or you can have this one. It's another kit full of stuff, and you can absolutely get 30 skeleton warriors out of this, and if you mirror your models, you can make it so they don't all look the same. They look similar, but not all the same, and you can always have them come out in pieces and just make the ones you want. Or this one, which is only $74, which would be $37 with our 50% coupon, and it's full of horse-mounted and foot-mounted skeletons and archers and heroes. You can even go a step further for $10, then $5, and get bases of all different sizes and shapes specifically for Tomb Kings, so that all of them can have unique bases. Games Workshop models are beautiful when the newer ones are out. This is a beautiful Tomb King. He really is. But so does he. He looks fantastic. Her too. And don't forget this guy. And they're all in one of those bundles. Those bundles that you can get for less than $50. This isn't a fair contest. One Page Rules has them beat in every way that matters. And I didn't even know this, but they have painting contests. I found out when I joined up with the members. You can do a painting contest. They have actual prizes like miniatures and paintbrushes. And they work with other creators to get you free stuff and armies that they've made that now work in the One Page rule set. If you have any doubts about One Page, let me tell you, as somebody who has been in the hobby for a long time and seen a lot of stuff come and go, One Page is what this hobby should have been from the get-go, and One Page is what this hobby looked like before Games Workshop became a publicly traded company that made miniatures and also produced a game. One Page Rule is a company that produces miniatures and a game, not one or the other as a primary.